Hello and welcome to the channel. So yesterday, Nvidia announced their new 50 series video cards, and to me, at least from watching the whole presentation, I thought it was a little bit cringe because he made some jokes that just kind of fell flat, and waiting for applause that wasn't there. So it was, yeah, and honestly, I feel like the 50 series is just another disappointment to me, in my opinion. I still prefer raw power from the graphics card. It has to have like actual power. Like most of the cards that they're putting out, even with the 4000 series, it was just heavily leaning on DLSS to do the grunt of the work. And the same thing with the 5000 series. Now that they have DLSS 4.0, you know, not only that, they also included like AI technology in it, so it's more software based than actual hardware based. I feel like, at least to me, they should have leaned in and made a more powerful physical card that can do, 60, 70, 80 frames, and then with the AI as well as DLSS, push that over to 200. But you still have that raw power if you're not doing any other, or if you're running other programs that, needs that raw power to, whether you're video editing or, I'm sorry, like rendering other stuff. You know what I mean? But anyway, here's here here's one for y'all. One of the cringe moments for me was this part right here.
It's $1,599. It is one of the best investments you could possibly make. You, for $1,599, you bring it home to your $10,000 PC entertainment command center. Isn't that right? Don't tell me that's not true. Don't be ashamed. It's liquid cooled, fancy lights all over it. You lock it when you leave. It's the modern home theater. It makes perfect sense. And now for $1,500 and $1,599, you get to upgrade that and turbocharge the living daylights out of it. Well, now with the Blackwell family RTX 5070, 4090 performance at $549.
Now, to me, when he announced that, I call bullshit because most of the AI and DLSS is going to be doing the grunt of the work, and that's what I'm complaining about. The same thing with the 4000 series when that came out. I think they were kind of like the 4070 outpowers the 3090, but when it comes to just raw performance from the graphics card, the 3090 blows out of, 5070 out of the water. So we have the prices for the graphics card: 550, 750, and $1,000 for a 5080. Then you have the 5090 at $2,000. Of course, when it comes to third party, this thing is going to be like 2,300 or 2,500. At least in the beginning, these things are going to be sold out. Scalpers are going to get majority of them. It's coming out this month, so if you wanted the 5000 series, you're definitely not going to get your hands on it. I just feel like the whole graphics card, it's so focused on just making things look good, but does it really, you know, play? I mean, it plays smooth enough from what I've seen some of the footages, but when you look into like the detail, is where it struggles. You're not gonna get those crisp, beautiful looking environments. I mean, Linus Tech actually had his hands on the um, the 5000 series, playing Cyberpunk on it, and he was able to see a little bit of a motion blur on that. Like I said, it's all just AI generated, um, as well as DLSS, fake frame rates, instead of just focusing on raw performance from the graphics card. So to me, this is just another disappointment. I don't like the way the industry is headed. I kind of like it where you had a graphics card like the 20 series that can handle anything without needing to rely too heavily on DLSS or AI frame generations or something like that. But anyway, let's go to do a side by side comparison between the two cards. So here we are. We have a side by side comparison between the 5000 series and the 4000 series. As we go down the list, you see you get cutting edge, GPUs, and here we have a enhanced graphics and performance. So more fake frames, in my opinion. Gaming winning responsiveness, NVIDIA Reflex 2 with frame rate, true to life graphics, digital humans, AI assistants, accelerating your creativity, NVIDIA Studio Creator tools and technology, enhance any video with AI, performance and reliability, the ultimate gaming technology, and then of course you have the performance charts. As you can see, obviously the performance is gonna just blow the last one out of the water, because now not only do you have DLSS assisting with the frame generations, or but then you also have like super sampling, as well as that to improve that. So all we're getting is just another mid graphics card, in my opinion. There's nothing really special here, because if you see the raw performance, if you had a great graphics card without any DLSS assistance or AI frame generations, or super resolution sampling, or whatever, SSR or something like that, that's the actual frame that you would be getting, 28 to 27 frames per second with all that shit turned off, DLSS off, full ray tracing on, DLSS 4.0 on with ray tracing on as well. Comparing to, so technically we got a 7 more frames when we have DLSS off. That is dog shit, in my opinion. That is dog shit. maybe I just wanted a little bit more raw power out of my graphics card. Like my 3090, I don't use any of that DLSS bullshit. That shit is turned off, and I'm getting like 60, 70, 80 frames per second running on 4K ultra pretty much on most games, at least max settings for all the games that I play. So the fact that this graphics card, if you don't use DLSS, will it still be as strong as its previous predecessor? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess I'll be keeping my 3090 for a little bit longer, because I was interested in purchasing the 5000 series for my computer, but to me it just seems like it's just more software nonsense instead of focusing on just giving the graphics card raw power. Now if it had both raw power and on top of that add in your DLSS, you add in your AI frame generations and all that bullshit in there, then I'll be like, cool, it seems to be worth it. But so far what I saw, kind of disappointed at NVIDIA yet again. I guess I'm going to be waiting a really long time before NVIDIA changes its way. Unfortunately, some gamers are going to bite the bullet and purchase this thing, and you're just throwing your money away. And then there's also like other videos on it as well, so give me 1 second, let me pull up some more. So here's another example of them running. Look, like with DLSS turned off, you're at 22 frames per second, comparing to running with DLSS turned on. Obviously you're gonna get a lot more frame generations. I don't know how I feel. Maybe I will just end up buying a 4090 for like dirt cheap or something like that. And another thing, so let me see if I can take it to, and by the way, this video it's so grainy. It could have definitely used some of that DLSS niceness that they were talking about. So 27 frames per second with DLSS turned off. DLSS 2, 71, 140 for frames per second, and then you have like crazy amount of. I mean, why do you need all that? To me, that's like a overkill. So these are some of the NVIDIA DLSS 4 features. DLSS multi-frame generations. More fake frames. They're not even hiding it. DLSS enhance frame generations, increase performance, and reduce memory usage, which is nice. Sometimes these graphics cards eat up a lot of memory. DLSS ray reconstructions, increase stability, lighting detail with ray tracing. DLSS super resolutions is in beta, improves stability and higher detail in motion. Enhanced deep learning anti-aliasing, which is beta, improves stability and higher detail motions. So if you have a 30 series, that's already supported. All these features right here and down is supported from 3000 series all the way to 2000 series. Honestly, like for me, in a game on PC, not as much as I used to, but I still prefer my 3090 over any of these other cards that's coming out. Besides, they don't make the card that I purchased anymore. It's a EVGA 3090 FTW. They don't make that anymore. And it still runs all games, high settings, ray tracing, decent frame rates, or very good frame rates, even for some of the brand new games with a lot of textures and all that. It still looks damn good. So I think I'm good with this graphics card for a while until it stops working. Then I'll consider purchasing maybe like a 4090 or something like that. But I don't know. I still prefer just raw power for my graphics card, like the 1080 Ti or something like that. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. And the price too. I guess it's not completely outrageous, going up about $400 comparing to last year's model. But the overall presentation, I just felt like it was too much cringe for me. But let me know in the comments below. Have you seen the whole press conference? Are you impressed with the 5000 series? If not, let me know in the comments below. For me, I'm a little bit disappointed in the 5090, as well as just the whole 5000 series. To me is a disappointment because it just leans in too much with AI's frame generations or whatever. I'm not a fan. Let me know. All right. As always, make sure to like, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.